that you're having a lovely time, but you're probably not if you're living at this time, because everything is absolutely horrible and absolutely nothing is very nice, which is a bit of a shame. So yes, what can you do when the world is going to various places in a great big old handbasket? Oh, what can you do? Nothing at all. You can just go, oh no, oh no, oh no. Yes, it's a difficult one, isn't it? It's like, what's going on? Let's just avoid talking about it. Yes, that would be good, because it's a load of possibilities of saying the wrong thing. Is there a right thing? Probably not. What am I talking about? I could be talking about anything, because everything is going wrong right now. It could be one thing, it could be another thing, it could be, quite frankly, everything. So I hope that you're having a lovely time, but you're probably not, because it's quite difficult to at the moment. Oops. So yes, let's just avoid everything is probably the best. So thank you for joining me, the 3 people that are here, and the 1 thumbs up already, which is nice. Yes, so it's sort of deflecting from the frankly, bizarrely awful, terrible state of the world at the moment. But has it ever been better? Probably not, because at any one point people are going, yeah, that's not for me. But maybe not quite as much as this last few weeks, which have been particularly what. So I've got 2 thumbs up, that's nice. So I don't know if there's anybody here, because nobody's talking. Let's look. Live chat. Yes, exactly. I don't know. My goodness. Yes, exactly. Whatever. Harrow, hello, hello. Harrow is a school. Some people in the government went to and some of them went to Eton, and maybe some of them went to Rodine. Yes, Elvish for well now. Okay, Elvish, yes. Hey, hello. Yes, well met, exactly. Elvish, yes. Mr. Tolkien. Yes, I saw a video about how he had translated the Hobbits' names into English based on the the old language, so that the Hobbits' names aren't actually what the Hobbits are called in Lord of the Rings. There's just translations of a translation of a translation. Oh, he was a wag, was old Tolkien. He really got into his linguistics. So yes, it has been a week. So it's very nearly Halloween. I had a picture of, I just found this in the back when I was clearing stuff out. It is a hat. It is a witch's hat. Yes. So I'm probably not going to wear that on Halloween. I'm probably not going to wear anything on Halloween. I'll just sit in and make sure the lights are off so nobody comes and tricks or treats me. Although in previous years, last few years, I've had a big bunch of candy being the American for sweeties, for lots of sweets in a big bowl, in hope, actually, and I didn't really want anybody to come and knock on my door and go trick or treat, but so I was well prepared, and yet nobody came. Now this year I do not have any. I might have a few candies in a bowl, but they're mainly chewing gums. Chewing gum is not something you should give to little kids coming to your door, because you would be held liable. But I haven't got anywhere near as many, because I gave them all to my nephews and nieces. And now, if they come to the door, I will be bereft of candy. So the best thing to do is just hide, because then they can't trick you if you can't treat them if you're not even there. Yes, I was just thinking about Halloween. When I was a kid, I wrote a Halloween verse, a poem, because we all have to, because that's what you do when you're a kid. When I was 7, and I just got to a new school, and I thought it was particularly good, really clever and amazing. And my teacher, Mr. Berryman, refused to believe that I'd written it and said that it sounded like something else and that I'd obviously plagiarised it. Obviously, he said copy it, but he meant plagiarise it. And that he refused to take it, so he made me write another one, and the other one that I wrote was nowhere near as good. Now, I think what it was is we'd been watching like Words and Pictures or something like that, and there was a Halloween song that sounded a little bit like my verse, because there's only so many things you can write about Halloween. So I think he just assumed that I'd just taken that wholesale, but I had not. Maybe that was inspiration in that it was about Halloween, and so was mine. But I was just so, the sense of injustice, because my poem was really great, and I swear it was. And I went home and I was like, Mum, it was really, but he just tore it up and threw it away, so I had no proof, and I was so upset. Mr. Berryman. Years later, Mr. Berryman was also the teacher that said that I had terrible handwriting, and that when I was older, I'd meet him and I'd be a grand lady, and I would say, Mr. Berryman, oh, so nice to see you, and my handwriting's great now. And I saw him years later because his son turned out to be a poet. So his son was doing a reading in Monmouthshire, and he was there. He was there, and I said, oh, Mr. Berryman, you taught me when I was 7, and you said to me, and I told him the story, and he went, so he was lying. He didn't go, oh, yes, Elise, I remember the day, yes, you see what I mean about, my handwriting's not great, but it's better than it was. But he didn't, he just was like, who the hell are you? I was like, well, that's not very nice, Mr. Berryman. And he was also on Escape to the Country once with his estranged wife, because I don't think that they were really having much fun, and to be honest, I don't think it was that sort of marriage. I think one of them was a bit, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's fine. He was a very camp man, Mr. Berryman. Anyway, that's not bad. He was a flamboyant man. I don't mind flamboyant men. Mr. Berryman, I've got a bit of a bee in my bonnet with, because he blanked me, even though he said he wasn't going to. So yeah, generally, I'm all in favour of camp men, but not mean people. And that was the problem. He was mean. He was mean, and he tore my very, very good poem up and refused to believe me. And it was an excellent poem. So yes, I felt, if I definitely had copied it, I would have admitted to it and been ashamed and disheartened, and I'd be like contrite, and I'd be like, oh, I can't believe. And I'd be so sad, but I'd be also angry at myself for being an idiot. But I did not copy it, and that is the point. So I can't be contrite about something that I never did. It's like, well, you never admitted it. It's like, because I didn't do it. This is right when people go to jail for crimes they did not commit. And they go, well, we wouldn't have punished you so much if you'd admitted it. It's like, but I didn't do it. It's like, well, that's not the point. So yeah, it's very difficult. Life is very difficult. Are people talking to me? My chat seems to have gone. Chat. Evening. Yes, yoga. Oh, doing yoga. That's good. Yes. Hello, Fox. Hello, Welsh Boy. Hello, Terry. Hello, Arafingal. Hello, person doing yoga who was Welsh Boy. Yes. So lots of people are watching. Amazing. Oh, that was out. Was that? That was supposed to be a C. It's not, because I think I just tuned this wrongly. Anyway, that's a G. And that was an E. Somebody had a meme, so I wish I was. D. E. A. D. And they just put the fingering. I was like, oh yeah, I relate. Yes, it's very nice. So D, 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 da. Yes. So so you can spell things with not an awful lot of things because there's not that many letters. Oh, yes. Oh, well, yes, I'm sure that she's much better than me because everyone is, you see, because I've been playing for years and I'm not getting any better because my brother is very good at guitar and he puts things on YouTube and my dad saw it and said, whoa, he's such a talent, and I said, yes, he is, but I only know a few chords and I'm not very good at it. I keep playing the same chords because I'm very, 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 very bad at guitar, but I don't care because it's my guitar and I'm gonna carry on and I'm not gonna get very far. And many years ago somebody said you have to stick at it, and after 2 years you get really good at anything. But I kept going, and I'm still very bad at everything. They weren't talking about the guitar actually, they were just talking about other things, and I said, yeah. So yeah, no, just after I left college and I'd been writing plays and stuff, and we went to, we went to Coventry to see something, and we bumped into one of my lecturers, and my lecturer was like, oh, hello, how are you? And it was somebody else from, and it was like, oh yeah, I haven't seen you for a year. But it's like, well, stick at it, if that you haven't got anywhere with your writing and your acting and everything like that, because it takes about 2 years. Now that was many years, more than 2 years ago. So I was like, yeah, 2 years. And other people have said that, like I put something that on Twitter, when it was Twitter, back in the day, very early in the Twitter, that really don't really get anywhere unless you know people. And that you've sort of got the right knobby background, to quote Arnold Rimmer. And then Robert Webb, who went to Cambridge, said, oh, I don't think that's true because I was working a normal job, and then after 2 years I got all the jobs because you just have to stick at it. And it's nothing to do with the fact that I went to Cambridge. And I thought, right, and I said, yeah, you would say that, wouldn't you, Robert Webb? And then he blocked me. I don't think he blocked me, I was just very, very angry at Robert Webb. Because coincidentally, I think I'd applied for Cambridge and messed it up quite badly by various things going on in my life that I won't go into, that sort of stressfully, I didn't have a chance to get in, even though I'd applied. I didn't even actually go to the interview because I didn't have the money to get there. But I did apply there. And they phoned me and said, why didn't you come? And I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't have the money. And they're like, well, you should have said. And I was like, because I thought that I would get the money before I went to the interview. But to be honest, I don't think I would have got in. But I did apply. And I did have an interview. But I didn't go to the interview. So I'll never know. But I do know. But I probably would have been there at the same time as Robert Webb. I don't know, maybe. Is he older than me or younger than me? It doesn't matter, I'm ageless, I'm about 150 years old, and at the same time, about 4. Because I live in time, wibbly wobbly time. Look, here's something that I made. It's, yeah, look, there are all the symbols, I was going to say geographical, the astrological symbols. I made that. And it's just representative of the wheel of time. The year of wheel. Pretty, isn't it? Anyway, I'm not really into astrology, but I was making these things in order to try and make some money. After I left college, I made these things out of air drying clay and just, it's nice. It's a key to another dimension. Oh, it's a key. Whee! It's just, poof, stick it in like a Stargate. Yes, so this is why I'm immortal, because of my Stargate thing with the with all the symbols. I I had a little darning needle that I bought in Pontypool Market, and I carved them out, and I'd spent ages carving out all these symbols and then painting them with a mixture of paint. It's varnish, but it's like nail varnish, because I started doing them with like actual varnish that you're supposed to do for them, and I had one that I had on a pendant, and it sort of melted on my skin, and I realised that didn't work. But nail varnish very, very much does. So yeah, and it's also skin friendly. So that's a little tip for you. Never make jewellery badly. And I did sell some of it. Anyway, no, so I moved through time and space at a relative degree in sort of going backwards and forwards and up and down and round in circles, and I am a timey-wimey time traveller. So whether I'm younger or older than Robert Webb, I wouldn't like to say, but even though I'm only 27, I would have gone there at the same time as him and Olivia Colman, and I could have been Olivia Colman. So I'm Olivia Colman. I bet you never saw that coming. Anyway, so I never actually went to Cambridge because of various reasons. Being a bit thick probably would have been one of them, but I did apply. They might have let me in. Stranger things have happened. Somebody I know got in, and their offer was only like 4 E's, 3 E's. I don't think they did 4 A levels, 3 E's, and they got in anyway. So it's like, okay, but I think there was extenuating circumstances to that, and maybe they wouldn't have let me in with 3 E's. I got more than 3 E's anyway. Just. I went to Northampton, which doesn't exist anymore. This is it, everywhere I went. I went to Pontypool College for my A-levels and foundation drama, and that doesn't exist anymore because they closed it. And I went to Nen College in Northampton for my degree, and that ages me because that's closed too now. That is a different place. But I've Leicester University degree, and I never went to Leicester University. Explain that. But it's genuine because they were the awarding body. Because Nen didn't actually give degrees, but the University of Leicester. Not Leicester University, because that's a different thing. I think it's Aston. No, not Aston, that's Birmingham. Anyway, there's a different thing. There's like a polytechnic that's De Montfort, I think it is. That's not where I got my degree. It was the University of Leicester, which is the university that helped dig up Richard III from that car park. So that's the university I got my degree from, not the University of Leicester. I mean, yes, the University of Leicester, not the University of Cambridge. My mum said that she wouldn't give me the money to the bus if I'd have applied to Oxford, which is weird really, because it's like, we don't have a history of going. It's like Oxford sounds like more the sort of thing that you should have gone to. It's like, what? The reason I applied to Cambridge was because of people like Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie, and I wanted to be a member of the Cambridge Footlights, and then so it's not, I think it was a PPE, politics, philosophy and economics, is it? I think I might have applied for English, so it wasn't that. It wasn't so that I could go into politics, it was so that I could get into comedy through the back door. So, to be honest, it was the wrong reason, or was it the right reason? Because, to be honest, a lot of the people that are in places of power went to Cambridge and Oxford, even though they didn't really acting or the politics, or they didn't really. I've lost people. I had 8 people, and I've got to. Yes, because I'm just playing this stupid guitar. Yeah, so they're saying in order to get into acting at a high, be a posh actor or a comedian, to be a politician at a high level, or to be a journalist, you need to have gone to Oxford or Cambridge, or maybe Durham at a pinch, or mostly there. I mean, drama school helps with acting, but it's not. I mean, I did apply to drama school, but you had to pay in order to just get the interview, and I could only afford to pay for 2, and I messed them up quite badly. Anyway, the point is, the same people what was my point? The same people get into power and acting and politics and all these sorts of things. It's very sad, really. And yet, what have I haven't gone into politics yet. So that's one thing I haven't tried. I was thinking about it, but I don't think I'm right for politics. But I've tried all the other things. Like I was in journalism for a while, and then I saw some statistics about the people who were in journalism, and almost all of them had gone to private school and or Oxford or Cambridge, which was shocking. I mean, that was a high level, and I wasn't really a high level, but I was like, how did I get here then? To be honest, I ended up in the same place because I also knew people that went to Oxford or Cambridge and didn't really end up with massively great careers. So I'm sort of in the same position as them anyway. I'm not slimy enough to be in politics, no. And also, I don't think making the TikTok videos and YouTube videos that I have over the years is really going to help me in politics, because people go, how embarrassing are they? And I go, I'm not really embarrassed by them at all. I did, because I've been putting like cooking videos up. Somebody, I don't know whether you're watching, but somebody said on one of my videos, well done, I like these cooking videos, keep it up. You're bound to get somewhere if you keep it up. And I'm like, blimmin' heck, I've been at it for a long enough time. And that was the point of my story that I started about 25 minutes ago, and now I remember the point. It's because everyone's like, it takes 2 years. It does not take 2 years. It takes considerably longer than 2 years. And everyone says, you never know when you're just about to crack it. And most people give up just before they crack it. But that's something else that somebody said when I was at youth theatre. You never give up. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And they're like, it's not a compliment. You should give up. To be honest, that's before anything. It's like, let's destroy my confidence when I'm only 14 years old. And I think I was actually only 13 years old. I think you were supposed to be 14 years old to join, but I was younger than everybody else. So that was even more devastating. Burpee. Oh yes, well done for doing the burpees. Burpees are down and up. When I was in Edinburgh, I remember when I was in staying in somebody's flat, and I did the interpretive dancing. Somebody was doing burpees then. Yeah. So yes. So keep at it. You'll be good at it in 2 years. To quote a phrase, to phrase a quote. To Fraser has just started this week, isn't it? And that's another thing. I thought there was still an actor strike on, but Fraser has started again. So I'm assuming that he is not in SAG-AFTRA, and neither are any of the people, and that would explain why there are no people that are from the original except for him. So yes, Fraser Crane, Kelsey Grammer, notoriously little bit on the right of centre, clearly has flouted all the, because he's the only thing that's back. Everything else is sort of stopped, and the negotiations have apparently broken down, and everyone's like, no, and the studio's like, well, we're going to just make everyone act AI. It's like, well, the writers have come to an agreement saying that they're not going to let you. So clearly what's going to happen is they're going to not use the writers anymore and just make the things with, like, computer generations. But I'm thinking that you have to have still people working on them, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. Or are they just going to press a button? Somebody's going to get, like, somebody at the head of the studio is going to press a button and go, yeah, that'll do. That'll do. But they showed, like, a video of some Disney thing where they had extras that were computer generated, and they were all, like, sitting in some cheerleaders were playing, and the cheerleaders were all seemingly real, and they were dancing about, but the people on the front row were like dead eyes, like really bad badly computer generated. I'm sure you can get better computer generation than that, but I don't want them to, because I think we should just boycott the whole thing. Yes, I'm thinking, why even go through the studios anymore, because the studios have let you down so badly. So just make your own stuff and stop the studios, pay people properly and stop them. Just boycott anything that has got AI in it, unless it's that AI that was used to get those documents from Pompeii and translate them so that they can read them, even though they're all sort of burnt up from being in volcano eruption and everything. They can read it because of AI. Now that's AI I can get behind. Yes, I can't get behind any sort of AI apart from that, but that is good. But I don't think, in order to get rid of people's livelihoods and creation, that we should use it. I mean, imagine me in AI. That will probably be better. But I don't care. Artificial intelligence implies some intelligence, but it's all very artificial. And why do you want that? Now, what you need is handcrafted like this. Handcrafted, bedazzled. Bespoke is the word that I was looking for, but bedazzled will do. That's what you need. Handcrafted, bedazzled, bespoke stuff. We get individually tailored. That's what they want, though. It's like that whole thing, that Black Mirror episode. That's probably struck well too, where yes, Joan is awful, where it's like, this is specifically using AI generated people, and they're doing things that the actual people would never have done, and the whole thing is just tailored to specific people, and it's horrific. It's like, if you tailor things to this is exactly what you want. It's like, no. Fan service taken to the nth degree. Now, I do believe in giving the people what they want, but giving the people en masse what they want, in general, or what you think that they should have. It's like, this is what it's not really giving you what you want. Because if you knew what you wanted, then you could create it yourself. So create it yourself. And that's what fan fiction is as well. It's like, I have written fan fiction, and the whole point of fan fiction is, if they're not doing it in the show, you do it yourself, but you're not getting paid for it, obviously, because you can't, because you're using other people's copyrighted material. So I'm in favour of fanfic, because there is some sort of, hey, this isn't being given to me, so I'm gonna go off on one and do it myself. It's sort of, and there it's sort of transformative work. So transformative work, in a way, is good, but even that transformative work, it's the vision of a specific person. It's like, they haven't given me what I wanted, so here it is, but the actual original still exists in order to jump off it. And also, people read the fanfic and go, yeah, that's great, that's amazing, but they're still looking at the artist who has created this fanfiction's creative vision, so they're going along with their vision, and they're not, and if they want a different vision, then they can write that themselves. So I'm in, and it's also, in a way, it's like, that's good. It's like the way that old masters, in order to learn to do old masters and to reproduce old masters, then the people would that were learning under the old master, the students, would reproduce it and do things that, so they would make copies of it in order to learn for themselves and do it themselves, and then they would do their own thing, little bit based on that sort of style, but they would do their own thing based on that. So that's a different thing, really. In order, you still have to learn. This is it, the whole thing. It's like, you still have to learn, you still have to create. And everything comes from everything else. I mean, the whole of human civilization is built on a layer, this person has done this thing, so then you spring off it and everything. So that's one thing. But if you've got completely rid of the human endeavour and the learning and the growing and the using this and changing it, and just put, just press a button, that will be fine, then you've taken away the whole point of life, haven't you? There's no point in you do that. I keep going on about the same things. I'm understanding that I am maybe I've run out of things to say. Oh no, hot damn. I should really learn to do more things, and then I could do some more, and then I could really be much better. Four on the Floor, what am I saying? Four on the Floor was a sketch show from the 1990s from Canada. A little bit before Kids in the Hall. But I used to like it. Yeah, Four on the Floor. Four on the Floor. Montreal Festival of Comedy I used to watch and everything, and I used to go, well, I'll do that one thing. When I started comedy, I was just about, because it's a curated festival rather than the Edinburgh Festival Fringe is actually, you can, it's anyone can do it if you've got the money, or they let you do it, really. Or, because if I'm doing the free Fringe, they'll let you do it. It's still a little bit curated, to be honest. Not everybody gets in there, but it's more free. Whereas the Montreal Festival, you have to submit yourself and then they will allow you in. And I remember I was just about to put a video of myself when I'd only been doing comedy for like 3 months. And my mum thought it was a good idea. And then I thought, well, if my mum thinks it's a good idea, that's probably not a good thing. Sorry, Mum. So I didn't do it. And I wonder whether they would have let me in. And I'm thinking probably not. Because to be honest, I only had about 10 minutes of material. And that's not really going to get you very far. But saying that, if I'd have taken the chance, who'd know? If all the things that I never did, still chance, because of wibbly wobbly timey time, and we're all travelling, especially me, travelling through time, backwards and forwards and up and down and round and round and round. I am ageless and never ending, and everything is awesome. Anyway, I'm just going to leave you on that note. I don't know whether people have chatted because the chat disappeared. Yes, artificial insipidness. Well done. Yes, massive. Yes, exactly. Oh, look, all the stuff I missed. Anyway, that's it. I hope you all have a good week too, and I hope the world has a better week, because it's been a bit of a terrible week so far, really, for so many people. But maybe it'll get better. Who even knows? I will see you next week. Have a lovely, lovely week. Bye-bye.